What, y'all? It's not just Tickle Me Tuesday, it's Tasty Tuesday. What are y'all eating for lunch? I've got me some red papaya, jicama, lime, and avocado. See? Isn't that beautiful? You know you want some. Smell-o-vision, taste-o-vision. Get in on this, right? So, here's what we got. We're having a battle of the shoes. Da 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 da. Tuesday. I had to give in because these were given out. See how bad this is? If y'all had seen any of my videos when I kicked up my heels and showed you that I was missing, like, this was purple. There was purple here. Pretty bad. What do you think? Anybody else do that? You have a pair of sneakers and you just don't get rid of them because maybe you just don't have time? You don't get to the store? So these are Mizuno runners, and I got these in Paris in 2004 when I ran my first marathon. And my time was, I think, 4:36, just in case you're wondering, and if anybody's taking notes. So I ran Paris first, and these I bought at the trade show, the shoe show. Hi Trina, how are you? Because I liked them. They were comfortable to walk around with. But you know what I learned? Aside from the fact they're literally they had to be glued and everything, that here's the funny part. I ran the Florence Marathon in these in 2004. It wasn't so good. It actually rubbed my toes on right next to my big toes because you have to buy shoes that give you enough of a what we call a toe box area so that your feet don't hit the front. Who out there is a runner? Not everybody knows this, so I'm sharing my experience here. So I got my water. Make sure you got your water. Hydration is key, no matter where you are. So here's the deal. I believe these are Wave Runner 2s or something. Mizuno is a great brand for runners. I have a narrow foot. I bought a 39.5. Now a 39.5, it claims it's an 8.5 American. Typically what you want to do is go at least a size up of your normal size. Now in the case of Italian or European or British, it's 2 sizes technically. Right, thanks Stephanie. Run, Lana, run. I was a Forrest, yeah. So I got these in Paris, and then when I ran the Florence Marathon, I'm going to show you my feet. I'm going to stick my feet up in here. Let's see, right or left? My right one was worse than my left. I'm sorry, I'm kind of having to tuck it down a little bit over here so you can get a good view of everything in front of me. I wanted to do a little dance and show you how comfortable my new kicks are. Ugh, yeah, I'm having a baby heart attack because all my shoes are on my blanket, my towel. Just saying. So here, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. Hello, hello. Can you wave with your toes? Just saying. So I've always been very meticulous about my feet and my hands. I used to get my nails did like every 2 weeks, and I used to get the manicure with the the acrylics and the gels and the fancy designs, and I just don't have time, nor would I put the chemicals on myself because they're formaldehyde, they soak into your skin. Okay, so jumping forward back to my toes because I can squirrel. Just saying. And I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see this, but hopefully you will. These toes here, the toe next to my big toe. The best way to explain this is I nearly lost the toenails because it rubbed so much. It got blood blistered. Hey Erin, how you doing? So my toenail now grows in at an angle right here. And it actually, in the beginning, it was hard to walk or even run because it would dig into the side of my big toe right in here. So I'm trying to give you a really good angle so you can see how the funkiness of this toenail is. I actually have to trim it now because it's at that point where it kind of flares out and it's going to cut the side of my big toe. Ooh, I don't want to make a mess and lose my salad over here. But this is an issue for, put my sock back on. So this is an issue for my foot that I've learned. Don't let yourself traumatize your toes, people. I'm just saying. So it took me a while before I could start running again as a result. I literally had severe knee problems. My right hip is an issue. I had an accident when I was 17 and then some other things during the time of my career in the military. And running, you have to wear stable shoes. You have to know your gait. You have to know if you're like if you overpronate or underpronate, if your feet are wide, if they're narrow, if you need more arch support, you need more stability. I mean, these are huge issues when it comes to shoes, when it's running, walking, whatever it is you're doing. Your feet have to carry you through the rest of your life. You need to take care of the temple that you're housed in, right? This soul that we're just living a human experience, right? Needs to be treated the best we can treat it. And so, hi Fran, how are you? I didn't always treat myself so well. So my feet, and I also have an issue going on with the toes next to, on my right foot, because I used to wear heels. Now, I can show you some of my heels. We're talking like stilettos. I mean, listen, I lived in Naples, Italy. I grew up, wanting to be an actress and to get dressed up and be a model, and I love design and I love getting dressed up. I mean, this is just something that is passion for me. It's like creative. I like it. I still enjoy it. So maybe I live in my gym clothes or my yoga clothes, or I put on a turban, but I really love to get dressed up too and put on some nice fancy shoes. But these days I've learned, if I can't walk in them, if I can't stand in them for long periods of time, I immediately I have to take them off. I can't even drive in them anymore like I used to be. I used to walk on cobblestones in Naples, Italy. I mean, you want to talk about my knees and my back and my hips and everything being out of alignment, tightness, soreness, foot issues, big time, right? Ah, cool. So, yeah, that's just some of it. So I have an issue with my right foot between the three middle toes because they seem to be kind of tender, and I have this one pair of boots. They are Christian Dior's, and they're like Renaissance style, and they are so super high that I traumatized my feet. I mean, literally the entire toe ball mound and my toes went numb, and so that was horrible, and as a result it caused additional issues with my feet. But these are getting retired to the gardening if I don't just toss them, because I think there's a point where I may just say, you know what, I can get a pair of gardening slip-ons that'd be better than this. In fact, I have a really rad pair of Dutch shoes. You know those wooden shoes? I got those when I was living and working when I was in Belgium, and I worked with the Dutch. And somebody brought them in, and they're all carved. They're all pretty and fancy. There's no paint on them. They're just plain wood, and they're really pretty. I like them. So moving on to the new kicks. I'm really happy with these because they're very light in comparison. Super light comparison. And these are actually light. These Wave Riders, these are actually pretty light. Hey Todd, how are you? So first off, I live in Florida, the Sunshine State, and I'm not a big fan of wearing black because it just draws the heat. And if you've ever been down here walking along the waterfront, black on your feet on top of that, heat, heat, heat. It's hot in here. It's getting hot in here. So you might have to take off all of your shoes. So anyway, these are Under Armour chargers, or charged. And I'm going to tell you, I really, really like these because I have a problem with shoes that dig into the heel, the back of my heel. And these were fine. And see, I can't do Converse, unfortunately. Yeah, I need arch support. I'm an arch support person, first off. They're like having a sock on. Check this out. It does not cut into the back of my heel. There's a memory foam inside. There is arch support. Look at that. I have a narrow foot. If the shoe is too wide, my foot's going to go flat, and I need that extra support. it feels really spacious up in here in the toe box area. These particular ones are European 40s, which is funny because these are 39.5 European size, whereas these are 8.5. And see, just in case you didn't know, sizes change according to making people think that they're still a certain size. So the whole standards across clothing and shoes and everything else is just crazy. I just can't keep up with it. So yeah, these are an 8.5 accordingly. This is what Under Armour says. And the only thing is the weirdness with the tongue, but believe it or not, these are like slipping into butter. And they're so cozy. And you know, I actually don't mind for now. I'm probably gonna try to find another pair in a lighter color. But I like the Rad Raspberry, right? And it's kind of a purpley. It's like a purple raspberry, right? Purple berry. Purple raspberry, purple berry. Something in there. This is my play. But I like the way the tread is. It's very simple. They don't have off-gassing. You know how a lot of the shoes, you go to these places and everything has this nasty off-gassing smell. These don't stink. So neither will your feet. Nope, not even there. And then I thought it was really rad. Check this out. I will run long. Can y'all see that? What? And I'm charged. So it's I will run long, charged. Right? Super rad. On this Tasty Tuesday, tickle me and I will chase you. So I highly recommend these Under Armour Charged. Super, super rad. Cozy, comfy. Have any questions? Anybody out there a runner? Do you have a favorite shoe? Put it in the comments. I want to know. How about you? Talk to me. Meanwhile, I got lunch and I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Or maybe we'll just rap a little. But ultimately, hi Melanie, how are you? I want to hear from you in the comments. What is your preferred shoe style? What is it that you wear? Are you a runner? Any soles? I know you can take the soles out. I've done that over the years, and I didn't want to have to go through that. I think it's almost it bugs me that I would buy a pair of shoes that cost a certain amount of money and then have to go and buy the insoles too. I've done arch supports over the years. It's not my favorite thing to have to add into my shoe, because then when you try on the shoe and then you gotta size that too. There's just way too much. I want it to fit and be comfortable when I'm buying it. That's just my preference. And you know, my mom, believe it or not, I have a whole probably box of insoles that my mother continually still sends me over the years. She's always thinking about my feet. Parents are funny. She still thinks you need arch support, so let me send you tons of arch support. And I'm like, add it to the box. And I'm not kidding. I have gels. Are you gelling? You know, all that stuff. These memory foam, they're super cozy. If I need insoles in the future, I guarantee I got something in the back I can probably dig out. Hi Uchi, hi Wayne, how is everyone doing? All right, so hydration is key. I got up early and I did my sadhana, my morning practice. I was a little bit running behind, a little late because the bed was so beautiful. And it was a little chilly this morning. So here we have, and the thing is about these that I really enjoyed, hi Marcy, I'm drinking just plain water, but in the bowl, whoops, get in the bowl, I have papaya, jicama, avocado with lime juice, curry powder, and I love me some chipotle and some cinnamon, and it's just fresh, just like that. So I'm getting my lime. Hey Ann, how are you? The jicama with the crunch, that lime. The one ingredient I usually put in this that I didn't get a chance to pick up on the way home, cilantro. Cilantro makes it all better. Or even you could add strawberries to this for a little extra kick. Super yum. I have so many papayas that I picked up the other day. Papaya is amazing for digestion, but not recommended for pregnant women. Because the Egyptians used to use it, I think it was the Egyptians, use the seeds in papaya for birth control. So, that's one little tidbit that I learned over the years that I found fascinating. Just like copper. They say if you're pregnant, don't drink out of copper or don't use copper because that can also cause the same thing. Hi Daniel and Mark, how are you? Hi Sarah. Tell me in the comments if you're a runner and if you have a shoe preference. These were Mizuno Wave Riders, and these are my new Under Armour charged, and they're super, super comfy. They're like wearing socks. It's super, super comfy. I highly recommend them. Just saying. Oh, this is just a jar. It was initially a jar with honey in it. And I always keep the lid on because I've been known, I always fill it up. I drink first thing in the morning, an entire, I think it's 29, 30 ounces, something like that. It's a lot. At least, maybe it's 30. Hi Joseph, how are you? I drink down one of these first thing and then I fill it up again for my practice and I drink another. And then throughout the day I drink several. So, I mean, this is actually the third one this morning. Maybe the fourth, because I actually was drinking from another jar. One of the Vos bottles. I recycle those. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mark. So what are y'all having for lunch? I'm definitely going to get these in a lighter color, though, if I can find something very much like them. Because I'm super picky about my feet now. This is the small bowl. Cheryl, believe it or not. This is probably the third size, the middle size of all the big bowls. They all fit inside of each other. The big one is like that. I use the big one to fit the watermelon when I cut it. This is super yummy though. The papaya with the jicama and the avocado. Super, super simple. If you have cilantro, I highly recommend it. It gives it a nice extra flavor of freshness. If you don't like it, it's okay too. Greek. I love Greek food. Have you been to Greece? Now there's a place to visit. Hi David, how are you? I scrape down the sides. I don't know if anybody else does this because I don't want to miss any of it. And because I know that if you don't scrape it down the sides, it just sticks and gets harder and melts all the goodness, right? Yogurt. What flavor? I picked up some coconuts from my girlfriend today. And so what I'll be doing is probably making up a much more coconut yogurt. And I'm certain I'm going to be using the chocolate in the next batch because I need some cacao. Nike last week for walking. Oh, you know what's funny? And I haven't tried Nike in years, but Nike used to be my go-to because of my narrow feet. Ooh, coconut. Greece is amazing in the food. And I know, right? I'm a licker too. I'm a licker and a scraper and I'm a wiper and I'll get in the bowl. My first trip to Greece was in Santorini with Shiva Ray. It was like 7 years ago now. Wow, it's been that long. And I fell in love with Santorini. Now, I used to live in Naples, Italy, so I'm used to being around that volcanic activity, the volcanic, what do you call it, when the trembling, right? And so there's something with the energy of volcanoes, and I love that sensation. it's very like uncertain. There's a mystery to it, but at the same time, it's super, super like, I don't know, it's very powerful and it speaks to me, especially being on the sea. And so between Santorini, Naples, here in Clearwater, I really like to be. I have to be by the water. That's just who I am. I have to be where the waves move, right? Close with it. Graceful ease, moving. So, yeah, so going back to the Nike shoes though, I normally used to wear Nike a lot, and I haven't tried on Nike in years because of my narrow feet. I mean, look at the difference in these. These look bigger, don't they? Cool. Joseph, where are you again? Hi, Joanne. If this is your first time tuning into one of my live videos, let me know in the comments what you're doing today. What are your health and fitness goals? Right, Kelly? And Nike has some pretty cool shoes too. I had a lot of nice Nikes. My last pair I shouldn't have thrown out. They were newer than those, and they were like gray with the purple, like a lilac-y kind of purple, and they were really pretty actually. I miss running, and this is one of the reasons I had to get the shoes. So my feet have been feeling very uncomfortable with those. And I'm not kidding. I don't know how many times I'm like, Tom, can you glue these for me? This would have been the third time probably. The whole thing was coming off. And I'm not kidding. Look at this. Is that not pathetic? It's crazy, isn't it? Marshfield, Mass. I'm originally from Boston. I have a lot of family up there. I mean, look at this. This is so silly. That when I was bringing in the leaves and the foliage and the grass in with my shoes, and yeah, that's just ridiculous. So yeah, shoes are very important because your feet have to carry you through your entire life. If you turn around and you deny your feet comfort, how do you expect to get through life? If you're distracted by how your feet feel, just like anything, everything should feel aligned and comfortable. The only way we can move through life is to find something that carries us through and it resonates with us, right? Ahaha, Air Force Ones. Oh, very cool. Yeah, and I do. I put my shoes to good use. It was kind of comical because I could feel, oh, in fact, you know what's bad when the heel of it is coming up. So I hadn't gotten to that point, but that was almost where we were at. I can be a little naughty. And it was mostly, I'll be honest, it was also budgeting wise that I'm like, you know, there's some other things I have priorities on. I take my walks. Now I've got these. These cost about $60, and they were actually on sale at Kohl's. So I'll have to see if I can find more. I may go online and check them out. See if they have other colors. White, of course, but I want some of the blue too, right? Anybody else? What are your favorite shoes? Your favorite brands? I had a pair of New Balance, Erin. They were my gardening shoes, but they dug into my heel, which is why they became my gardening shoes. And then those, you laugh, the whole front sole came unglued, and I was using, this is how bad my sneaker situation was. Got plenty of gorgeous, expensive, fancy shoes over here. But meanwhile, I had a rubber band around it just to keep it in place. How cray-cray is that? Those finally went in the trash. At least I think they did. That would be funny if they still exist. I went looking to see if y'all would be able to see them because I was wanting to share how silly I gotten. And both shoes I had to have rubber bands to keep the sole on because I just didn't glue them. Now, and they were really hard because those New Balances, those things are like, it was a whole sole. It was really like, it was too hard to keep it down with the glue because it was going to change the shoe itself. I can't explain it. Adidas is another, oh, you know, they had some nice Adidas, but I didn't try any of them on because I didn't find any that I actually was looking for my size. They didn't have it. Hi, Davina. How are you? Well, if nobody has any more questions, I'll just let you go enjoy your tasty Tuesday and enjoy my lunch. Until then, let me know if you like Under Armour, because I do. And this is my new shoe. Yay! Hi, Mary. All of you, have an amazing day. I love you. Let me know what else you might want to see me review or do and say. Chiropractors are really good for kinesiology. And I know that my chiropractor kind of tried to adjust my toe, but it started acting up the other day. So I said, that's it, I got to get new shoes. That's how this happened. And so I said, I'm getting new shoes. And I'm going to find them one way or another. It didn't take that long. It's like, boom, found them. So have this beautiful day. Get out in nature. Get your walk on. I know Buddy's going to get his on today too. So I love you.